Hey guys, welcome to this special stream of low rebound hidden position building in critical areas. And one of the things about when I talk about hidden position building, I'm talking about specifically Bitcoin and Ethereum, because from Bitcoin we can get like liquidation heat maps, like the one that I'm showing right now. So what I have on my screen right now is a Bitcoin exchange liquidation map, right? So this basically maps out like where the critical liquidation areas are, and it also gives like, I guess, like dynamic support and resistance areas for Bitcoin specifically, which, as you guys know, this asset Bitcoin, it drives the price action of many other cryptos. So I just wanted to point out like some of my analysis that I posted in the Telegram group. So this is like pretty much the same chart that I posted, and I'm just I'm gonna read through my analysis. So Bitcoin exchange collision map. So it's on June 25th. Yeah, June 25th, 2025. And this was when Bitcoin was at a price of 106,868, which is pretty much the same price it is now, actually. Funnily enough. And then I posted here, short liquidation buildup, or yeah, basically you can also view this as, in a way, like hidden position building. So short liquidation build up above current price. So I said in this analysis that cumulative short liquidations, which is the green curve here, increased significantly above 107K, right? With heavy concentrations through 107.5K to 109K, with continued buildup up to 111K, peaking around 2.1 billion in notional short liquidation value. And the implication of this was that there is a large cluster of over-leveraged short positions stacked just above the current price, which is, let's call it 107. Yeah, 107,000. So if Bitcoin continues climbing, we could see aggressive short squeezes as positions get forced out, particularly from exchanges like Bybit and OKX, which dominate the high leverage exposure. And this basically aligns with previous heat map data showing 111K as a liquidity magnet. Now, how does this make sense? So below that, so we're not talking about the green curve, we're about the red curve. There's a long liquidation cluster below price with long liquidation leverage, like building heavily below 105K and steeply increasing into 104. And around the 104 to 102K range. And there's a major wall around 100K to 98K where the liquidation value crosses 200 million. So basically this is what it shows, and it's actually a way you can build, I suppose, build hidden positions in critical areas, especially on Bitcoin, like using these exchange liquidation map. So I hope that makes sense. And let's actually just briefly, I guess, jump to Bitcoin and see what's happening. So if you guys recall, actually, and I've been talking about this pattern for maybe like 2 weeks, if not 3 weeks, but let's go over it again. So basically we're trading inside this bullish pennant, or I wouldn't call it a bullish pennant, I just call it a pennant, right? It's a symmetrical triangle with an ascending trend line from the late May highs, and it's a descending trend line from the May highs and an ascending trend line from the June lows. And you can see like this price pattern is starting to converge here. It's starting to converge, right? And I think we are very close to a breaking point, like especially in the common rule is that once a triangle is like 90% full, that is when it tends to break. So right now I'm thinking this pattern will break by, it's almost Friday. By Friday, by the end of the New York session on Friday, this pattern will break one way or the other. I am leaning towards, it's hard to say where I'm leaning towards because, we are above this critical pivot area above 106. And at the same time, we are above the 21 EMA, which is a major moving average, which I pay attention to. So I am given the prevailing trade, I am leaning to the upside. So if we can clear, like, honestly, let's call it 110,000, we're probably going to retest 111K lower high and then 112K. If we can get past the 111K pivot point. However, if we break this to the downside, let's say we close below 104,000, then we're probably going to retest 100K. And ultimately, I think we'll break down towards the mid 90s, like this pivot area over here. And, we're kind of like front running it a bit on, I guess, earlier this week. But if we test this region again, I think we'll really like go below it and probably even test down as low as 90K. So, guys, I hope this makes sense. I know some folks about Bitcoin and like how to build a position in this area, and so I hope this does make sense. Anyway, I'm gonna close it out here. Hope you found hope you found some value in this. And I do apologize. I forgot to share my screen. I share my tab about Bitcoin here, but what I was showing was this descending trend line and then this ascending trend line. So basically this triangle pattern or pennant. And yeah, I think I made it very clear. Basically, if you can get above 111K or even 110K, we're going to reach this 111, then 112. However, at the same time, if we break below 104, we're probably going to retest the lows from earlier this week at 90K. So I hope this makes sense. And I'll see you guys in tomorrow's stream as well. All right. See you guys.